If you're gonna stand up your PlayStation 5, at least follow this advice. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. I have talked about standing up your PlayStation 5 multiple times, and despite my best efforts to try and warn people that standing it up carries significant risk in overheating your APU, nobody's listening. So this counts for the PlayStation 5 Phat as well as the PlayStation 5 Slim. The Slim cooling solution is no different than the one that we saw on the Phat, and therefore the risks associated with leaving it standing up are all still there. But like I said, despite my best efforts, people insist that it's still okay to stand it up. If you're gonna stand it up, at least consider one of these. Now, this is a vertical cooling stand for your PlayStation 5, designed specifically to help keep it cool while it's standing in the vertical orientation. For me, I have my Switch like this all the time because it has the least amount of risk. I have covered that in full depth in different videos, so I don't want to talk about it and I don't want to argue about it because it seems that some people just insist on standing it up. The first thing we need to do is do an unboxing to see what comes with this. And if you want one, I will put a link in the description where you can pick one of these up. I know there's a ton of different models and different options out there. This is the one that we have. It's the one that we're gonna try out today. So first off, looking at the box, it says it's by YOGES and it's a cooling stand with controller charger. And it looks like it's got a case stand as well on there, but the best way to find out is to just open it up. So let's give it a pop open here. You guys are gonna see this the same time as me. This is the least interesting unboxing in the world. So a little plastic bag. It does have a instruction manual that talks about how to set it up. Here's how all the configuration. We're going to explore this anyway. It also has LED lights that it talks about on the back. I'll put that right there. It's got these little clips. We'll explore the stand in a minute. Let's just explore all the little things that come with it. So it's got these clips. I don't know what these clips are for. Oh, do I not know? I think these clips go up here. So if we look at the box there, this is a headphone stand. So got my headphones here. These are not wireless, but let's try that out. Look at that. You can hang your headphones right on that bad boy. Maybe I'm supposed to put both like this and then hang my headphones like that so that it's wider. I don't think so, but that might help a little bit. Okay, let's explore the stand itself. First off, it feels like it's pretty good quality. It's got a solid, oh, there's a little cord in there. I didn't even see that there. It's got good quality. It's a metal base. It feels pretty sturdy. If I try to twist it, it doesn't really twist. It does have, it looks like that's a disc holder in the back. Now on the back, we've got a fan here. We also have USB input. That's what this is going to be used for. And this is going to draw the power off of the PlayStation 5 with the included cable. And we'll just plug that in. Actually, before I do that, one thing I like to do when I'm testing these cables is to see, is this just a USB power cable or is it a full USB data transfer cable? So the best way for me to do that is to plug it into my computer and then plug my cell phone into it and see. So I know without showing you guys what I've just done, I've just plugged this into my computer and all it's doing is charging my phone. It won't do data transfer, which is a real shame because I have a ton of USB cables already, especially one like this. You might accidentally try to use this to plug in a controller directly to your PlayStation 5 and it won't work. Or trying to plug in my case, my GoPro or my Switch or something else to my PC for data transfer, and data transfer will not work with the cable that is included in this. Now, normally I rip these cables in half and throw them in the garbage just so that they don't accidentally find their way in my collection of stuff. But today I'm going to use it, and that's strictly because I don't use my PlayStation in standing up mode, so I'm going to give this away. And the way that we do giveaways here is I simply look at my YouTube channel, I find someone who's commented recently on one of my videos, and I just pick them to win something. In this case, Drag has won this PlayStation 5 cooler fan. So if your name is Drag and you're watching this video, reach out to me through my social media. Let me know, hey, I'm Drag, and we will sort out shipping to give you this product. One caveat is I want to give stuff away to true fans that follow the channel. So you can't just comment and walk away. You got to comment and watch future videos so that you know if you've been called out. No, I will not reach out to you directly. I expect that if you truly enjoy our content, that you're probably watching this video. And if you are, then you know that you've been called. Reach out to me. I'll get this product to you. So Drag, congratulations on winning this PlayStation 5 cooler stand. For the rest of you, again, if you're considering buying one of these, I will put a link in the description where you can get one from. But now we need to hook this thing up. So I'm going to take my headphones off of there. I haven't fully, I guess, finished exploring this. So those go on these. Okay, so when I drop this on, it self-centers and it should charge that controller up really nicely. So as long as you don't have some sort of a paddle, so in this case I had the Strike Pack Horizon Vista on here, and I don't think it'll work with that on because the strap covers it up. If I didn't have the strap there, it might fit. No, it still wouldn't fit. So you can't have other peripherals on here. I believe this would work with a DualSense Edge controller, but I don't have one here to try it out with, but it slots in quite nicely, and that's because you're not going to see this very well, but right here there's a little pin that goes into the headphone port on the controller. When it goes in there, it just slots right in and holds it right in place. So it's not gonna fall off and it'll stay charging just like that. So that's pretty cool. Also, I can see something right down in there. There's a little black bulb, for lack of a better term. Now that little black bulb, that's this little guy right here. What that is a temperature probe. So it's actually gonna check the temperature of the air coming out of the PlayStation 5, and if it's hot, it should ramp the fan up to have dynamic cooling. We'll explore that in a minute. And it also comes with a screw so that you can screw right through the base here and screw your PlayStation 5 into that little hole in the bottom there so that when it's sitting on here, we notice a little problem. I've been talking about my PlayStation 5 Slim this whole time, but it turns out this is too big for my PlayStation 5 Slim. So instead, we're going to cool off my wife's PlayStation 5 Phat. And that seems to fit on there a whole lot better. Now this is, without the screw, this is very unsteady. This thing is so tall and it's uneven. So you definitely want to use a screw, the screw that's supplied to hold this into position. To connect it up, really all we do is plug into the USB port there, and then plug this guy into the USB port there, and then we're going to plug the PlayStation 5 into a regular power source. So we got this all plugged in now, so if I turn on the PlayStation 5, it will boot up and then it will power up our stand, our cooling stand. Now, okay, it's got a lot of information here, and I'm going to start by showing you guys. If I stick this on the charger, this is pretty cool. So right now, so if I take this off, both of these are yellow to say no controller is charging. If I drop it on like that, now it goes red to say it's charging, but in a minute it's going to recognize that the controller is fully charged, so it goes green. Notice that it's not the same color green as the other one, so it tells you that the controller is on and it's charged. So this gives you a lot of really good information. Now these are touch panels, so you can turn the lighting on and off. Now I need to go in handheld mode to show you guys this. So this is the temperature sensor on top here. I know it's going to be a little bit blurry for you guys, but that's the temperature sensor that we looked at. So it says it's 69 degrees right now. We're not doing heavy gaming or anything. Then if I push this, I'm going to go to max fan. So this turns the fan on to max speed, and we'll just watch if it actually brings the temperature down. Now one thing that I'm noticing as I'm playing with this and testing it out is, so it's got this temperature readout, and the temperature readout currently says 76 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's with fan at full speed and no game going. If I turn the fan off completely, then the temperature readout drops. So now it's going to 75 degrees. In a minute, it'll go to 74 degrees. Now, initially, And this is a weird decision on their part, but the fan actually flows, sucks air in through these grills right here. It blows it out the back here. That's the normal airflow. But on the bottom of the PlayStation, there's also an exhaust port right here. There's not a lot of airflow out of that exhaust port. So what happens is the temperature doesn't get very hot because most of the airflow doesn't go that way. The fan on this thing pulls the air in through the top here and it blows it out through the back. So it's pulling all of the hot air down and across, which is a surprising decision. It's a decision that they had no choice to make because the PlayStation 5 puts exhausted air out here. They don't have a choice there. But what's surprising to me is when I stick this on here, because there's not a lot of airflow coming out the bottom, this temperature sensor right now says 72 degrees. But that's because it's looking for air coming out and there's none. There's no air coming out. Once I turn this fan on, it's gonna start pulling extra hot air out of here and blow it out the bottom of the base. But what happens is now it has more air movement. So this temperature is actually gonna go up. So the person who doesn't know what they're looking at here is gonna say, well, my PlayStation's running hotter with the fan on than with it off. And then you might think, well, this isn't helping to cool my PlayStation off. But really what's happening is the hot air blowing past here is bringing the temperature up and it's telling you, hey, we're pulling out air that in this case is 76 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're extracting that hot air out, which allows the fan up here to pull more cold air in. So the console's actually running cooler with the fan on, but the temperature sensor is telling you that the air coming out is hotter. That's good. It's good for it to be hotter initially. In time, it should, get some cooler air in there. It might do better, but it's a little bit confusing. And so it's a good idea to have a temperature gauge on there, but most of us aren't gonna know what that number means to understand if it's good or bad. So higher is not worse. Higher, it just is telling you the temperature. That's what it's telling you of the air coming out of the system. Okay, I know it, sorry, not trying to confuse you. So lots of controls on here. I mean, you got your RGB, you got your chargers. Also, it does have USB ports on the side here, which say that they are output, but I think they are charger only ports because this cable we already determined was not a data transfer cable. So if you plug into there, it's not gonna work as a proper USB hub. It's something that I'm not actually interested in checking because most people are gonna use that just for charging anyway, so it's not a big deal. I can feel the air blowing out of this thing. So overall, question you're asking yourself, do I need a vertical cooling stand if I'm standing it up in vertical orientation? The short answer is yes, absolutely. If you're standing it in vertical orientation, you really want to give it the best chance possible to cool off, and a fan base such as this is one of the best options that you've got. There are other fans that clip on the back and help suck the air out that way. Those work too, but we're not reviewing that one in this video. This is the one that we're reviewing. So it will help to some degree. Obviously, lying it down is the best option. If you don't want to lie it down or you can't lie it down, it has to stand up, a cooling base such as this is a great option. Don't forget that it comes with this really cool headphone stand and controller charger as well. So it's really a complete package and RGB. I hope that helps you out. Again, if you do want to consider something like this, link in the description where you can buy one for yourself. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.